Sponsored trip to the western and central region of Ghana by the CEO of Ultimate Car Rentals, Mr. Rubin, with a massive support from the Nhyira Youth Development Association, was very educating and memorable. The trip was organized for the two champions of the 2022 Nhyira Basic School Quiz Competition, that is, Juan Victory Preparatory School and Hope Christian Academy, together with their teachers. Kindly have a feel of each activity that went on during the trip. A moment of entertainment, educating moments, awkward moments on the canopy walkway, inspiring moments from the 5-year-old girl in Nhyira, and eating time. Sorry, how was my monkey friend Ultimate doing? Hahaha. Hello, Chairman Big Brains. On the record, could you tell us how the trip came about?
Justice Frimpong, Nhyira Youth Development Association Chairman. As part of the initiatives of the association, we had a basic school quiz for the schools in Nhyira. We started on the 28th of February to the 1st of April, where we had the grand finale at the Bethel Methodist Church. In fact, it was weeks of rip-roaring events. The students came very prepared and they gave us a very great show. At the end of the contest, we had Juan Victory Preparatory School qualifying and emerging winners for the upper primary division, and Hope Christian Academy also being winners of the junior high school division, that's the JHS division. And on that note, Mr. Rubin Intiakon promised to organize a trip for the winners, and we are here today in Cape Coast.
Oh, that is very great. The students were taken to Kakum National Park, Hans Cottage, Cape Coast Castle, Emina Castle, and finally ended at Tarkwa Mall. Now let us experience in detail what went on from the start of the trip, during the trip, and finally back home. The trip began after the students and the teachers were picked at Nhyira, one of Abosu Gofio's catchment communities. Honestly, we had to use the Nhyira-Dabuasi road because of how safe and short the road was. Come on, the Nhyira-Daman road is one of the favorites in the region, thanks to Abosu Gofios. Hello, Mr. Ultimate. Could you tell us why you organized this trip?
The idea came as a result of the fact that I'm a native of Nhyira. I come from Nhyira. I did all the education basic in Nhyira. Realized that the people of Nhyira needed a lot of exposure, especially the students. So all we needed to do is to bring these people out there, taught them out of Nhyira, for them to know that there is a lot of staffs out of Nhyira. That when they put in a lot of energy to learn, they can really go elsewhere and go far. So we sink this money, and it's also part of our business, corporate social responsibility.
Wow, that is an excellent idea. Breakfast were served and enjoyed. Finally, students got super happy upon reaching the Kakum National Park. Kakum National Park, which is located in the coastal environs of the central region of Ghana, covers an area of 375 square kilometers, that is 145 square miles. Without the influence of Corona, research has it that about 18,000 people of different race come to tour the place. The uniqueness of this park lies in the fact that it was established at the initiative of the local people and not by the State Department of Wildlife. It is one of the only 4 locations in Africa with a canopy walkway. Enough of this history. We then checked in at the reception where all the trippers were registered and fees paid. As we got ready to be enlightened about the Kakum National Park by the tour guide, Miss Jolie, Ambassador Vix, who is a host on Vitamin TV, had an engagement with the students on their expectations upon getting to the canopy walkway.
We're expecting that we will see a lot of animals, but this is our first time, and I hope that the Nhyira Basic School Quiz will continue to encourage other students to join in.
Actually, when I came first, I weren't able to complete the whole canopy, but today I'm very ambitious. I want to complete everything.
Nice one, very ambitious. Let us see the courage.
After the engagement, the tour guide took charge. This included leading a journey of hill climbing, which is a difficult one and also forms about 10% of the walking journey, whilst the level ground also forms about 90% of the journey, and the education before finally getting to the canopy walkway. Upon reaching the boundary which divides the park into 2 and found in the secondary forest, Ms. Julie gave us an education on some of the types of animals existing in the forest.
This is the boundary line which divides the park into 2. Where we started from to that point is the secondary forest, and where we'll be going in the primary forest. Secondary in the sense that it was first used by the community for farming and then logging, but in the primary forest it has never been tapped. It is very natural. natural. The trees are intact. So the park is 360 square kilometers, and it's made up of fauna and then flora species. So when I say flora, I mean the plant species, and then the fauna is the animal species. So we have the Maxwell duikers, white and black columbus, Mona monkeys. These are the 2 types of monkeys we have in the park. We also have the tree hyrax, pangolins, forest elephant. These are some of the animals we have in the park. And as we move to, I'll show you the common plant species we have in the park and then their uses. We have about 205 meters to get to the canopy walkway. When we get there, we'll talk a little bit about it before we go on it.
Miss Julie, is Kakum National Park noted only for canopy walkway?
Kakum is not only noted for the canopy walkway. We have a tree house, which is like a lodge. It has rooms and everything that you can lodge in and then spend the night to get closer to nature. We also do picnic and then camping as well, and also nature walk through the forest and then see some of the animals if you are lucky. Yeah. So the park is also a semi-deciduous and a rainforest. Therefore, the plant sheds their leaves throughout the years, and also it experiences a lot of rainfall.
All right, thanks for the clarification. Now let us head to the primary forest for the rest of the education. Upon reaching there, a revelation was made about the tree species called Esa in our local dialect, with a botanical name as Celtis peperdi, used for making pestle for pounding fufu and a chewing stick.
Have any one of you tried fufu? Yeah, so it is used in making the pestle for pounding fufu. It is a national park, so you cannot cut anything out of it. Okay, so it is used in making pestle for pounding fufu. It is also used in making chewing stick for brushing the teeth, because Esa contains calcium and fluoride. Therefore, it whitens the teeth and also makes it very strong. Esa. This one is Esia. The second one is without an eye. This one has eye. Esia Pitasianthus macrocarpus. It is used in making furniture, tables, chairs, anything furniture you can think of. It is also called the stink wood, because when you cut it freshly, it stinks a lot, a bone. So in the olden days, they were using it as a form of defense in terms of war. Let's say if you have an opponent, then you know that they'll be coming to you. They'll cut the esia, spread it around, and then go into hiding. So when the opponent gets there, the scent of the esia, it stinks, it stinks. So they will think that somebody is, there are people dead at that place. So there's no need for them to continue the journey to that point. So they'll just turn back and then go. In that way, you have been saved from your opponent. So that was what they were using in terms of war. Esia, it is also used in making canoes. Yeah, boats, that one. So this plant in our local language, that's the tree, we call it chen chen. But the scientific, the bigger one over there. But the scientific name is Antiaris torsicaria. The name speaks for itself. The leaves are toxic. So should in case you touch the leaves, you make sure you wash your hands with soap and water. In the olden days, there was nothing like the clothes that we are wearing. So they use the bark of chen chen, they will beat it into fiber. That was what they were using to make clothes for us to wear. So back then, if you're able to purchase chen chen clothes, that means you are very rich. So unfortunately or fortunately for a man, he was able to purchase some of the clothes for the brother's wife. And then he snatched the brother's wife from him. Hence that song that we sing, Chen Chen Bia Dimo. Okay, so the last plant species before we go up, it is called Danta. That's the local name, Nezegodona papaverifera. So this one is used in making the mortar. So the Esa is for the pestle, Danta is for the mortar. This one is about 70 meters high. And it's also a strong wood, so we also use it in the construction of the bridges. So this one is Danta. We are going up. This is the famous canopy walkway. As I said earlier on, it was constructed in 1992 by 2 Canadians and then 4 Ghanaians. And it was officially opened for use in 1994. So it is made up of 7 suspended bridges on your right, 3 on your left. So if you pass on the first one and you think you are scared, you just go left. You shouldn't be forced. Just go left and then you do 3. then you're okay. But if you think you are brave enough, you go right. You do 6 more plus this one, making 7. And then for the seven of them, when you go, it actually goes high. So it ranges from 11 meters to 40 meters. That's the height above the forest floor. And it's been over 30 years and we've never experienced any casualties, so we are safe. It was made with hardwoods, ropes, and then ladder. And then even there is a net beneath the wood. So should in case the wood breaks, you are probably going to fall in the net. So whichever way, we are safe.
Oh la la! This is the survival moment we've all been waiting for. Am I right? Some trippers, upon making their first step on the walkway, increasingly got scared, whilst others were enjoying it. Honestly, it takes the anti-acrophobia to complete all the 7 levels.
I'm going with you. Which one has removed?
Upon level 1 completion, Armstrong, who was part of the winning student, tapped out proud to the fear of heights.
Look at me. What's your name? Are you scared?
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Look at me. Just look at me. Don't look down. Look at me and let's go.
Whilst Armstrong tapped out, all the attention switched to Nhyira on the canopy walkway. This young girl actually completed all the 7 levels with ease, without hesitation or regret.
I'm equally getting scared.
Yeah, it's scary. I'm just taking it easy.
Take it easy, take it easy.
Yeah. I'm gonna be on show. Let's be on top from that. Girl, you did it. I told you that you can make it.
Our tour guide, who was also the host of the day, engaged the trippers on their experience on the canopy walkway.
We are finally done with the canopy. How was it?
It was cool, but quite furious.
Were your expectations met?
Yeah,
Would you ever wish to come back?
I will.
It was very scary, but the smaller girls gave me momentum to go because I realized they were going with all vigor. I had to follow suit.
Cool. Were your expectations met? Whatever I wanted to experience, did you experience it?
Yeah, I did, but I was expecting to see some animals down there, of which unfortunately I didn't see any.
Sorry you didn't. Maybe some other time. Okay. I'm glad that your expectations were met.
Oh yeah, it was natural. The air is cool. Everything is perfect. Yeah, and I'm happy I came.
I started, it was scary, but when I went on it more often,
Were your expectations met?
yes.
We thank Mr. Ruben Ntiako and the crew very much because they have done well. They sponsored us. We know it's a good thing and we are encouraging. We are pleading on other people to come and support us. And our next quiz, it will be a very fantastic one.
After the engagement, all troopers in our group descended the hill.
Ultimate to finish Aban. But I couldn't come.
Yeah, signing out. Kakum National Park.
Right after that, we took pictures and sang happy birthday song for the sponsor of the trip, Mr. Ruben, since it was his birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Nhyira Basic School Squares.
Raising the standard of education.
Nhyira Basic School Squares.
Raising the standard of education in Bosonki area.
It's the Nhyira Youth Development Association initiative.
Yeah.
Etc.
Everything song.
Etc.
Everything song.
Just after dark, hunger set in. We set off to the breeze, which is popularly known in Cape Coast as Inkoso Beach, with the reason of such name unknown, to eat and socialize. Food such as jollof, fried rice with drinks and water were served. Eaters commended the taste of the food with their facial expression. Right after eating and drinking, we left for Hans Cottage Motel for bird and crocodile sightseeing. Although there were other services like swimming pool, boat riding, accommodation, spa, etc., We had to go in just for education, led by Mr. Richard Nhyira.
The first crocodile to come here is 48 years old. Yeah, 48 years is very huge. Its name is called Saddam Hussein. That's the crocodile's name, Saddam Hussein. So when Saddam Hussein came here, the following year, its wife also came. They got married and they started multiplying. And now we have 19 counted crocodiles here in Hans Cottage, spread all over the lake. So as the years went by, Mr. Hansen decided to expand the lake that we see. It's so wide from that section this way to the back section there. When he expanded the lake, he planted this tree on the islands that we see. We have 4 of them. You can see the islands, right? We have 4 of them. Then he planted a tree on it. We all know the local name. It's called the Abrofort in Katia. The Brofudin, who can say the English name for me? Brofudin, almonds, Indian almonds. So he planted it on it and the birds started flying in. In Hans Cottage Hotel, we have something that we call bird watching. When we say bird watching, you saw it on the sign, right? When we say bird watching, it's just when people watch birds for fun, for education, for pleasure, and probably for any purpose other again that they know. So that's what they do. So when we say bird watching, that's what we mean. So these birds came in 1999 on the Christmas Eve and they have never gone back. They live here with the crocodiles. They stay here together with them. The white ones are called cattle egrets. I said, what's the name? Egret. Yeah, you normally see them moving with cattle, rolling with cattle a lot. That's why they are called the cattle egret. Then the yellow ones that we see waving the nest, you can see them are called what? I heard someone saying weaver birds. They are called the weaver birds. Okay, those are the weaver birds. And the black ones that we see very far straight, you can all see, right? They are black birds. Yeah, they are called the long-tailed cormorant birds. Long-tailed cormorant birds in the sense that they can go into the lake. They are birds that swim and at the same time fly. They go into the lake to go and catch fish and they come and eat it. For Hans Cottage, they leave here 5 p.m. in the morning and then they come back 5 p.m. in the evening. They move to other lakes and lagoons around. For instance, the Fosu Lagoon to go and have a different taste of the fishes in the lake. The tilapias in our lake is different from the normal tilapias that we eat. Do you understand me? Because there is no salt in our water, which does not make the bones so salt edible. You understand what I'm saying? So inside the water is 8 feet down. The water is 8 feet down. You know 8 feet? 8 feet is like me and your tallest man added together. It will be 8 feet. And there is catfish inside. There is tilapia. There is mudfish. There are water snakes. There are crocodiles. There are frogs. We have seen tortoises in it before. We have seen crabs in it before. Those thinking there are sharks inside, there are no sharks inside. If you are thinking there is a shark inside, there is no shark inside. So those things are inside there. So when you are thinking of diving, if you see any water you want to dive, not in Hans Cottage, because when you dive, by the time the crocodile even get to you, there's water snakes and the fishes are already what? Done with you. So this is a little about we have about the bird watching over here. We are going to cross over to go and see more crocodiles whilst they are lying outside. Then we'll talk about them. If you have any question for me, don't worry, feel free. We're having fun too. Yes, sir.
The blackbird.
Yeah.
Say they go 5 p.m., come back 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And then no one go.
So when you oversleep, you will be left behind. So don't sleep too much. When you sleep too much, you'll be left behind. When you are having a baby, you watch and you watch your baby. When you're having an ex, you stay behind and you watch your ex. But apart from that, they all move together. Then they are all going. Then they all come. In Hans Cottage are called the West African dwarf crocodiles. They are the crocodiles that can live for only 75 years, different from the Nile crocodiles. The one that we have in the north is a Nile crocodile. Yeah, that one is currently 95 years old because it's a Nile crocodile. It can stretches. The male ones are black and the female ones are brownish black a little. They can lay about 15 eggs, but the male ones eat the eggs because the eggs are very fleshy. So when the male ones eat them, you only get about 4 or 5 hatching. That's how I come over 50 years in Hans Cottage. You have only 15 counted crocodiles in Hans Cottage. In every 1 minute, a crocodile's heart will beat only 2 times. They can feel our heartbeat as we go there because we are walking on the ground and they are lying on the ground, which makes them feel our heartbeat. The same way they detect danger lying on the ground. They are the cold-blooded reptiles, the same way like the snakes that walk on their stomach. So the same time when they can feel every moving thing that is walking on the ground.
After education, we met other white troopers, received some words of encouragement from a Ghanaian brother who was leading them and socialized.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ebenezer. I don't know if any of you have heard anything called Asabakon. It's a music festival. Yeah, they do it in Buzo Beach. Okay, so I'm one of the 4 founders of the festival. And then, look, I believe in you guys, and I know you can do it. Don't let anything like bring you down. Keep going, boys. Madam, also keep going, okay? You can do it. It's not gonna be easy. Like trust me, only easy, but yeah. Oh, you see? Yeah. So like you have to like, you see what? Hey, hey, like like kick the boys boot for boot. Don't give them any space, And then women on the BBI boko. What's ya? Women on now women make Ghana proud, Western region proud. What's ya? So like, anytime be over buzi be and one shisham. Best sort one out. What's ya? All right, cool. Have a nice time. I wish you guys all the best, and have a nice time.
Well done. Keep going. Keep your education.
After Hans coached Botel, the kids became super happier on the announcement that they were moving to the Cape Coast Castle. Cape Coast Castle is an European-built fortress situated on the central coastline of Ghana. Since its initial construction in 1652, the castle served as a trading post for European nations and as the headquarters of the British colonial administration or Gold Coast Colony. Today, the castle is a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. The mood of almost all the trippers changed upon listening to the narrations of torture of our forefathers who went through at the point of treating them like animals and raping our dignified women. After Cape Coast Castle, we further went ahead to Elmina Castle for just entertainment. Trippers danced and sang to ease stress and forgot about the garment of sorrow they wore at the Cape Coast Castle. The trip was climaxed with a surprise visitation to Tagrada Mall to have a celebration of the birthday of Mr. Ruben Ntiakon, the CEO of Ultimate Car Rentals, the sponsor of the trip.
We love you from the kids, the students, to the big guys, to the teachers, to everybody who was with us. I don't know, I didn't even know that this birthday and the tour would end this week. Even though you have friends, still I say, still energy can go. Come, let's start there. I was saying, energy can come with me still, so that's how we are ending the birthday. We are just starting the day. God bless all of you. Very, very nice. Wow. Okay, do it. Let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We are cutting the cake in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hip. Hooray. Thank you. God bless you. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. And that's my wife, so supportive. She did everything. Yeah, in the morning, I know you be here. Yeah, calling you on or yeah, Diana be here. This is not for that. Right? Somebody to my. Yeah, I couldn't have number 4 work. This is what we can do. Aji, Chama. Oh, nice one. Thank you. Nice one.
Whilst Mr. Benchy, who is popularly known as Big Brains, was making arrangement of our supper to be shared on our way back home, Mr. Kwesi Edu, the MC of the celebration, wished the celebrants on behalf of the group.
On behalf of the association and the entire Green Valley community and all basic schools in Green Valley, say thank you. CEO of Ultimate Car Rentals, Mr. Rubin Tiapo, and the wife, and all the crew within the company. We say thank you, and we are much grateful because you have done really well. Thanks to everyone. Mr. Rubin, that's it.
Thank you, Akili. Thank you all. Thank you all.
The trip to places of Western and Central region was fun and promoted real-life education. It also broadened the horizon of trippers and, most importantly, made memories. Thanks to the sponsor of this trip, students, teachers, and youth group who made this possible, as well as the media for this captivating sceneries. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification post. Comment and share the video links to your loved ones. Follow us on all social media platforms at etc. My name is Ambassador Vix. Thanks for watching. I love you.